How are you?
Hey Chris, hey Guy, what's up? How's it going? I'm doing good. How about you guys?
We're happy to see you, man.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, time flies. Last time we get to hear from you guys from everyday life, that was the beginning of the pandemic, and now
Yes.
you guys are definitely seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. How
Mhm.
how how is Coldplay as a band gotten through this pandemic? This is the first thing I want to ask you guys about.
Well, I think like everyone else, we had to learn to adapt and make the best of the situation. And for us, it was important that we continued being creative, and working and progressing things. So, I think like the rest of the world, we had to, have lots of Zoom chats and we just figured out a way of, how we could kind of keep making music together in this slightly different environment. There was a couple of opportunities where we could all get together in the same place, which was awesome. When the rules allowed us to be in certain countries at certain times. So, we just had to adapt like everyone else, really.
Right. Especially like lately, you guys have been back on the stage a couple of days ago in New York, and definitely before at the Brit Award. What was it like to finally, be in front of a live crowd and standing back on the stage? And what was it like for you guys to play as a band, like in terms of chemistry, to be standing on the stage again?
That's a great question, Brian. I can only equate it to when you see an animal that's been raised in captivity released into the wild.
Right.
Or like when you see a dolphin be rescued and sent back into the ocean. That's what it felt like a real, oh my God, we're allowed to be ourselves again. And,
right.
It also is very apparent to us that our band really only is properly our band when there's an audience. We need each other and we feed off each other, and we only exist because of them. So it just felt like we were able to do what we were born to do. Even though it was only for half an hour, it still felt really wonderful.
Yeah, it's definitely like that, because I did see some Instagram posts and stuff like that. Well, the energy was just going crazy. Let's talk a little bit about Higher Power, your brand new single.
Okay.
How would you describe the song? Like, first of all, let's talk about the song in general. Do you think it's more like was it kind of more like a summery, like a summer song, or were you guys trying to go for like more like a stadium music? What's the atmosphere that you're trying to create from
That's a great
Higher Power?
That's a great question, Brian. I think with all of our songs, we sort of let the skeleton of the song lead the way. And when that song arrived about 18 months ago, it just seemed to want to be like bright and positive and upbeat and colorful. And so that's how we recorded it. And, often in the process of the recording, the writing of the song is completed. So we don't think a song is finished in the writing until all the parts are chosen, and it just felt right on this song to keep choosing the parts that felt uplifting, and I think that's just what the song was asking for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the words in the song is also pretty very, very uplifting. So what's the message that you guys are trying to convey through Higher Power?
I think that it's very easy for us individually and collectively to forget the magic in ourselves and in each other, and just focus on all the terrible stuff and the terrible things within us all. And I think it's not strange at all. I think it's just a song about looking for the good in yourself and in other people, because it is there.
It is definitely a pick me up, like in terms of spirit wise. You listen to it and you definitely feeling better. It's also very great, very anthemic. But before you guys were putting out the single, we did see a lot of, along with the visual arts, we see some fonts. They
Yes.
look very encrypted. What can you tell us about all these messages that was put up, all across the world?
Well, I think they're all part of our visual, universe that we've created around, this project.
Right.
I think it's always very important to us to, not only kind of make music, but we always need to create a visual language which surrounds everything. It's like a framework and a setting to place everything into. And, you know, this time around, we're kind of focusing on themes of, you know, outer space and other worlds and other planets as a, you know, as a device, you know, through which we can look in on actually, you know, ourselves from slightly further away, to have a kind of a slightly more global view of who we are as humanity. You know, which I think helps with, you know, the themes that we're trying to convey.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I first saw, you know, something like this hieroglyphic, or forget about Rosetta Stones. This is more like a COLDPLAY stone, right? I mean, like,
yes.
do you guys have all the fonts, all the characters memorized by heart, or?
Absolutely not. No, I don't think any of us do. And you know, the truth is, Bryan, there's a few more to come. So we have a lot of homework to do, because eventually we're going to not understand our own posters.
Right,
but that's okay.
Right, for all of us. You did, you know, touch on, you know, the theme of this, your upcoming work, to be more like for, you know, space, or more generalized, more out of this world. And we did hear Higher Power was first premiered in the on the space station. What was that like to have this song actually played, you know, outside of this world?
Very surreal, and incredible. You know, we've all been, you know, I think fans of, you know, NASA and also science fiction, and so it was like a kind of a weird boyhood dream to be having a kind of a Zoom call with, you know, the International Space Station, and to then be shown the Earth, you know, from the International Space Station. It was an incredibly exciting and surreal moment in time.
I think also, Bryan, you know, as a band, we really believe in the concept of Earth being one place, and that the idea of ownership or borders or all that stuff is pretty weird. And so it was really lovely to speak to Thomas, the astronaut, because he said, from up here, I don't see any of the human constructs like walls and borders and racism and all of the stuff that we really don't like. So that was very appropriate.
Right. All right. One last question for both of you. I do want to ask you this, because, you know, we're getting in touch with the space station and all. What would be, you know, both of yours top 5, not Desert Island, but International Space Station COLDPLAY catalog songs?
That's a great question. Songs of ours or songs of other people?
Of yours from the COLDPLAY's catalog. Like, what will you bring up to the, you know?
Oh man, that's a wonderful question. I don't think we're capable of answering that. You know, all of our songs, we think they're awesome, and we also think they're terrible. You can't really see them objectively.
I think our experience of our music is, you know, we work so hard on finishing it, you know, and once it's finished and it goes out into the world, we move on.
Right.
So we I think we would just take a book.
COLDPLAY biography, yeah.
The COLDPLAY biography, exactly.
Enjoy the silence and all. All right. I guess that's about all the time we have for today.
Okay, Bryan, we're so lovely to speak to you, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We send you love, and love to everybody in Taiwan who's listening, and thank you for speaking to us.
Feeling it. Thank you, Chris.
I hope we see you soon in person, man.
Definitely come back again. All right.
We would love to. All right.
Stay safe.
Cool.
Stay well.
All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sometimes I just can't take it. Sometimes I just can't take it, and it isn't alright. I'm not gonna make it, and I think my shoes untied. I'm like a broken record.